I'm sitting at the decrepit Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, surrounded by the faint smell of mold and stagnation. The alleged four-star hotel's grandeur is nothing but a facade, a cleverly crafted illusion designed to deceive and disappoint. As I reflect on my disastrous stay, I'm reminded of the wise words my grandmother once whispered to me: a foolish person thinks they can get a good deal by sacrificing quality. Oh, how I wish I had heeded her warning. As I gazed up at the crumbling structure, I couldn't help but think of the countless TripAdvisor reviews that had led me astray. Luxurious all-inclusive experience indeed. The so-called all-inclusive package was nothing but a thinly veiled scam, a ploy to extract every last penny from unsuspecting tourists. The minute I arrived, I was slapped with a full tourist tax for a room I couldn't even use. It was as if they were proud of their brazen thievery. The room itself? A dumpster fire. The air conditioner barely functioned, leaving me to swelter in a heat that rivaled the Sahara Desert. The carpets? Filthy. The mattresses? So worn and tired that I'm surprised they didn't collapse under my weight. And don't even get me started on the toiletries. I use the term loosely, as the only thing they provided was a few flimsy, used soap packets that seemed to have been salvaged from the depths of a dumpster. But, oh, the food. The glorious, pathetic excuse for sustenance. Day in, day out, it was the same tired, congealed mess. Chicken, served with a side of stale bread and a drizzle of what I can only assume was an attempt at gravy. The restaurant, if one could even call it that, was a petri dish of bacteria and disappointment. Tables were left uncleared, tablecloths stained, and the floors? Sticky with the remnants of last night's debacle. And then, there were the staff. Ah, the staff. So woefully undertrained that I'm convinced they were plucked from the streets and thrust into their roles without so much as a cursory glance. Rude, inattentive, and seemingly oblivious to the fact that their very livelihoods depended on providing even a modicum of service. Fetty and Bile, the sole exceptions to this rule, were beacons of hope in an otherwise desolate landscape. But even they couldn't salvage the sinking ship that was Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet. As I sat amidst the squalor, I couldn't help but wonder, what kind of monsters would subject innocent travelers to such horrors? Did they take pleasure in watching their guests squirm, in depriving them of the most basic comforts? It's almost as if they reveled in their own incompetence, basking in the misery they so lovingly crafted. I'm reminded of a proverb from my childhood: a tree is known by its fruit. Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, is a withered, barren tree, its fruit a poisonous concoction of lies, deceit, and unbridled greed. And I, dear reader, am left to pick up the pieces of my shattered expectations. Do you, dear reader, agree with me? Have you, too, fallen prey to the treacherous allure of Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet? Share your horror stories with me in the comments below. Let us join forces in our crusade against such blatant disregard for human decency. And to the proprietors of this wretched establishment, I say this: you may think you've gotten away with your nefarious schemes, but know this, the truth will out. The travelers will speak, and their voices will be heard. Mark my words, Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, your reign of terror will come to an end. As I bid adieu to this forsaken place, I'm left with a haunting sense of despair, a lingering sadness that refuses to dissipate. The memories of my stay will haunt me, a constant reminder of the dangers of complacency and the importance of vigilance. And so, I ask you, dear reader, to join me in my lamentation. Let us mourn the loss of innocence, the shattering of illusions, and the brutal awakening to the harsh realities of this woeful world. Together, we shall weep for the promise unfulfilled, for the dreams that were cruelly snatched away by the callous hands of Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet.
The reality of businesses near Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet. Let's talk about the businesses near Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet. And let's be honest, this is not a happy story. If you're expecting luxury, efficiency, or even basic professionalism, prepare to be disappointed. The area around this hotel is a masterclass in mediocrity, where businesses operate with a strange mix of indifference and outright incompetence. Shopping? More like shocking. Shopping near Mouradi El Menzah is an exercise in frustration. Stores are either overpriced, poorly stocked, or both. Take Costa Mall, for example. It's not a mall, it's a glorified souvenir shop with delusions of grandeur. Tourists walk in expecting variety, only to find dusty shelves, outdated merchandise, and staff who follow you like you're a thief. And if you dare to pay with a card? Good luck. The machines mysteriously don't work, forcing you to cough up cash, Convenient, isn't it? Then there's the classic scam, items mysteriously appearing on your receipt that you never bought. One visitor noticed an extra 10 dinars tacked onto their bill. When they questioned it, the cashier refused to give them a receipt. Suspicious? Absolutely. Spa? More like scam. If relaxation is what you're after, Bioazurthalasso will ensure you leave more stressed than when you arrived. This place is a case study in false advertising. Massages are rushed, with no consultation, no privacy, and, in one horrifying case, unwanted breast massages without consent. The hammam? Cold, dirty, and shared with fully clothed staff who seem to think joining guests in the bath is normal. And let's not forget the classic bait and switch: book a treatment online for 160 dinars, show up, and suddenly it's 220. When guests complain, the manager is conveniently not here. The receptionists? Rude, dismissive, and allergic to smiles. Dining? More like disappointment. Restaurants near El Mouradi El Menzah have mastered the art of ruining meals. La Barbarousse is a prime example. The views? Stunning. The service? A nightmare. Waiters ignore smaller tables to fawn over big groups, food arrives cold, if it arrives at all, and complaints are met with laughter. One diner found rotten burgle in their seafood dish. When they pointed it out, the waiter argued instead of apologizing. Then there's the racism. Multiple guests report staff mocking them in Arabic, assuming they don't understand. And if you dare ask for a better table, the manager will tell you, "You sit where I want, not where you want." Charming. Hotels? More like horror stories. Even other El Mouradi properties, like El Mouradi Club Contanoe, are disasters. Guests describe filthy rooms with broken showers, stained bedding, and ants crawling in bathrooms. The restaurant is a free-for-all, with grown adults fighting over chicken nuggets like it's the last meal on earth. Drinks are watered down, towels are rationed like wartime supplies, and staff pretend not to understand English when you complain. One guest's partner even swore the place was haunted, seeing demons outside their window. Whether it was supernatural or just the sheer misery of the stay, we may never know. The verdict: proceed with caution, or just don't. The businesses near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, operate on one principle: take the money, deliver the bare minimum, if that, and shrug when guests complain. Overpriced, underwhelming, and often outright deceptive, this is not a place for travelers who value quality. If you must stay here, bring cash. Card machines will fail, double-check every bill, extra charges love to appear, and lower your expectations to subterranean levels. Or better yet, spend your money somewhere that actually deserves it. Because in Hammamet, near El Mouradi El Menzah, the only thing you're guaranteed is regret. Businesses near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet can be, how you say, tricky. Like, some shops here, they smile at you, you know? But behind that smile, they just see your wallet. Okay, so first. Fake brand shops near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet. You walk in, they tell you everything is real, Lacoste, Gucci, whatever. But then you pay, like, 180 dinars for a shirt, and guess what? It's fake. And when you try to return it, they get mad, like you did something wrong. One French lady, she bought a Lacoste shirt, but later she saw same one for 25 dinars. She went back, and the men in the shop started yelling at her, threatening to call police. Can you believe? Poor woman probably just left, scared. And the shop? Probably still there, doing same thing to next tourist. Then, carpet shops. Oh, the carpet shops near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet. They act so nice, give you tea, show you how real artisans make carpets. But then, you try to leave without buying? Suddenly, the door is blocked. One British couple, they paid 700 dinars for a rug because the men wouldn't let them leave. Then they saw same rug in a supermarket for 80 dinars. I bet they felt so stupid. And the shop? Probably still trapping people. Jewelry stores. Oh, this one makes me sad. Near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, some shops will show you real gold, but when they wrap it, they switch it for fake. One Belgian lady bought a gold necklace, but when she got home, surprise. Fake. She went back with police, and they found the real one hidden in a drawer. The owner got in trouble. But for how long? Probably just opened again later. And phone shops. Ugh. Near El Mouradi El Menzah, Hammamet, they sell you new phone, but inside? Used. One student bought an iPhone, opened it, and it had old WhatsApp messages still there. Like, how? The shop denied it until police came. Owner got in trouble, but probably just changed the shop name and kept scamming. It's just, you know? Tourists come here, they trust, they want nice things. But some people here, they just see money. And after? Tourists leave feeling cheated, and the scammers, they just keep doing it. Why? Because no one stops them.